Hello pals, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be doing 3 ways to make a perch. So this perch is actually going to be a swing perch, not just a normal perch, because you could buy normal perches for pretty cheap. So today I have something special. So both of my birds can be close now, close enough actually. I kind of have to separate them just a bit, because I don't want them fighting or anything, because they're not fully used to each other, but they do get close with each other. They've actually started preening each other, which is good. See, Spooky doesn't really like Zippy, so I'll be back in a second. Let me separate them. Great, now Zippy is mad at me for putting him in his cage, but it's what I have to do. Alright, so while Spooky's roaming around my room, I will start with number 1. So with number 1, I have this little leftover tube. It's a mini tube. I used the rest of it in a previous project. But now I will be making a swing perch. So what you will need for this one is just some bird safe rope. I'm using cotton rope. And yes, my hands are stained. It's because they're little beak sharpeners. I don't know what they're called. I just call them beak sharpeners, but I had an orange one and I was touching it and my hands were wet because I was disinfecting it, and it stained my hands. So that's another reason why I like to get the white ones. So you will need maybe, I don't know, as big as your bird is or as much as you have, that's what you will measure on. And with this, you will cut 2 slots, like so, on both sides. 1, 2. Okay, now you will grab your rope. Spooky's trying to escape from my room. He's trying to go under the door. Silly bird. Okay, now you will tie on one side like this, slide it in, and tie it. Now it should look like this. Make sure you tied a double knot or a triple knot and make it super duper duper tight. Just don't break it. But make sure it's tight so it doesn't slide off, and if it slides off, it can potentially injure your bird, and you don't want that happening. So do that same thing on the other side. Now it should look something like this, and when it looks something like this, you are finished. This is actually great because as you can see here, it doesn't have the little ridges which help your parrot's feet rest. What are you doing, Spookster? Why are you running? Sorry, he's just so cute. Oh, look, he's chewing. Look, come back, go back. Sorry, I get sidetracked a lot, but it should look like something like this, and this is great because it lets your parrot's feet rest. And that's also very good because it's good for their health. If they're always on something that's rigid, however you say it, like this, it could hurt their feet, which is pretty bad because they do have dry skin because most parrots are from Africa. So they have dry skin, and that's the cause of why they have a lot of dander. Now, dander is when they don't get enough hydration. It's kind of like humans, just a bit different. So with hydration, you need to make sure that you have fresh water every day for your bird. Not sink water, never ever sink water. That does kill birds, and it does harm them, so you want to do filtered water or bottled water. Better off with bottled water. So dander is basically like dandruff, just in parrot form. So always remember that whenever you want to get a parrot or if you have one. And please take care of your parrots. They do so much for us. Moving on to number 2. For number 2, I'm going to be doing this rigged one that I just showed you. It's the same process as the last one, just you tie it in a different way. So you are going to measure your rope, which I don't know where it went. Zippy's pulling on my rope. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Spooky is, not Zippy. I'll go get it. I'll be right back. Alright, now I have measured my rope. I'm not sure how long it is, but again, you don't need my measurements. It definitely just goes on how long your perch is. So mine is made for cages, but I don't need the second one. The second one is actually from Spooky's travel cage. but I don't need it for him since he only likes being at the top. So I'm just going to tie it around here, right where there's like a little stair step, I guess. I call it stair step. You can call it whatever you want. And you just double knot it there. Double knot to the best because they're more secure. Now that you have finished tying it on both sides, you are finished. So I actually really like this one just because it's decorative. And I can do this with the parrots. Come on, come up. See, I can lift them up. It's really cool. And they like to chew on this part. Oh, and also the thing I didn't mention is at the top you could add like a clip or you could tie it to their cage. I'll show you a way at the end to tie it to your cage if you would like to do that. I might actually hold it back to another video though, just so it's not like a minute-long video. So I'll probably hold it back to my next video or something like that. So moving on to number 3. Number 3, this one might look weird to you, but it's actually a flat platform one. So flat platforms for your parrot actually lets their feet rest, which is also really good. It's the same thing with the flat perch, but I definitely recommend these more because it just lets their feet rest, which is also very good. Because you know when you're standing on your feet too long and they start cramping, yeah, you don't want that happening to your parrots because they have small being feet and they could actually stop using their feet after they hurt. So that will totally dysfunction your parrot. Is dysfunction even a word? I'm not sure. Moving on. So with this, you will grab some rope, measure it, of course, and just tie it at 2 ends. You want to do it across just so it doesn't flop too much. And even if it does flop, that's good because it'll teach your parrot how to hang on to things. And since this has holes, they could definitely like grasp on. All right, now while I'm tying this, I just have to tie one more thing. I'm super sorry that I didn't post a beach tour. So we were actually at a different house this time. It was super beautiful, but I didn't post a house tour because the Wi-Fi wasn't really good and it wasn't allowing me to post videos that were longer than 8 minutes, which for some reason it's kind of weird because I added my phone number and everything, so it should allow me to do that, but it didn't, so I'm sorry about that. Hopefully I can post something else just to replace that video. I will be having more videos coming up. I do have a lot of other channels, so I will probably link those channels in the description, and I might even just put the name and stuff like that. All right, moving along. Now that it looks like this, you can also add it from the other side just so you know it's secure, but I kind of like it when it's wobbly because it does teach them how to hold on to things. So, now that you have finished that, you are all finished. Thank you, Parrot Pals, so much for watching me in today's video. I know I talked a lot. It's just, I don't like it when it's quiet. I'm sorry. I talk a lot. I'll stop talking now. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I hope to see you next time. Till next time, stay safe. Bye, pals.